Alright, hey everybody. I'm back. I got the propane tanks filled up. Certain in that little chef's knife that it's all wonky. But I'm working on that. I've got the big chunk of Damascus cutting off the ends right now. And now I'm going to put a new post on it, put it back in the forge. I've got to get that thing done. My goal is to have that chunk of Damascus completely drawn out today. That way it can anneal overnight and I can start the billet that it's going into tomorrow. Lots of work. So, but anyways, for those of you that haven't been on my live before, welcome. My name's Brock. I'm the owner and bladesmith of Woodson Knife Co. If you have any questions at all, put them in the comments. I will answer. If you're interested in the things I make and sell or custom order, go to the link in my bio, woodsonKnifeCo.com. Shoot me a message through there. All right, let's see if the sword or the sword. Let's see if the knife is ready. Could have been a drummer. Drummers always have bad raps, right? What was it? What do you call a homeless drummer? All right, answer for what do you call a homeless drummer? Single. My wife told me that one. Alright, so next I gotta weld that post on right over there. Alright, I'm going back to the round post. This guy's the square is so big. And this is going to get cut off in a little bit. Where am I located? Spokane, Washington, Great Pacific Northwest. crushed it way too deep. So it just wasn't a great start. But it's going to draw out. I'm going to make it into a knife still. It's not going to be the knife I had envisioned. That's okay. Nah, I'm good. Units. I don't like the temp of the forge right now. It's dropped way down, below 1900 degrees. Kind of a dark orange. I want it hotter than that. But we're almost back up to 2000 degrees. That's where I want to be. So I'm going to let that knife soak a little bit longer. It's not a knife yet. It's more of a knife-shaped object, but it will be a kitchen knife, chef's knife. I'm not sure. We'll see. For you page, so helps increase the number of people watching. Not really that thick. It's about 1/2 inch right now, so it's not going to take that long. As soon as it's ready, we're going to start on the press. At what point do you say, I don't like it, and start over? Not yet. Okay, we're going to go to the press. That billet of Damascus is almost ready. on, Joe. How was your time? Well, I'm thinking this, if I, that's okay. It is what it is. Low battery. This thing cracks me up. It's just not doing what I want exactly, but okay, everybody. Turn this man. I'm going to do another press on that bill of Damascus. Quite sure how many more I'm going to do with the press itself before I go to the rolling mill. Let's see. It's going to start getting really long, really quick, because that steel, as you get thinner, it's going to start seeming like it moves a lot quicker. Actually, that blade's already ready. It's still going to be a knife. It's just going to need a little extra attention at the grinder, which is fine. But I just don't know what shape it's going to be. So my hand is, even though it's on the lever, it's close enough, it gets a lot of that radiant heat. So that Damascus billet is almost 2 feet long. I know because the inside of the forge is 2 feet long. Hello, Randy. Yeah. I'm gonna keep messing with that knife a little bit more, maybe 1 or 2 more heats on my hot cut. I hate doing hot cuts, but yep. Yeah, why not? Hello, UK. How are you doing? All right. that Damascus is ready. So we'll go back to the press. I know. I think we're about ready to go on over the rolling mill. I never use the forge for that, Randy. I always do it in the kiln. Just because I want to make sure I hit those numbers, and going off of, now I have the temperature probe in my forge, so I could do it that way, but in my mind, with my practice, I always use the kiln because it's more accurate, it's easier. I can put it in there, set the temperature, set the time, and go away. Go work on something else. If it's in the forge, I gotta watch it. And I'm going through a lot of propane. So, the thing is, with electricity, it's a lot more efficient than propane. Electricity is a 1-to-1 ratio. You get as much power out as you put in. Propane, it's not even close to that. So, yeah, I just use the kiln. Which is funny because I'm actually selling my Paragon now. I've got that big Gen Can. I'm gonna leave enough for a full tank. Travel all the way around and make things a lot easier. That's right, rolling mill. Okay, we're gonna just finish that hot cut real quick and then we'll move on to the rolling mill. Shoot. All right, let's see if that's better. What I realized last time and forgot to check this time was I was on the wrong Wi-Fi. Okay, rolling mill. Bear with me. I'm gonna have to take these off now. I just can't run the rolling mill properly. I'm just getting the high spots right now. Yeah, I made that mistake last time and didn't realize it. Figured it out after the fact. All right, so I'm gonna put on my shoes. Wow. Womp womp. Back to normal. Actually, we're going to put the camera. Oh yeah, do it. But save up and get her a cowboy sewing machine. Because that's what I have, and man, that thing is awesome. It'll stitch through anything. I love it. easier as it gets closer to an even thickness. Right now there's high and low spots that I'm trying to work out. Weird walking now. I know everybody thinks it's really stupid me skating while I'm forging, but I have a lot of fun doing it. And I don't know why, it feels really comfortable to me. And it's a model of efficiency. Just glide back and forth throughout the shop. Alright, so while we wait on that to heat up, which isn't going to take very long, here is that 8-inch chef I did earlier. The next piece is to grind it, clean it up. So I'm going to bring the spine down so it's even right there. Okay. So that's what I'm going to grind off. And of course, clean all this up and the tang and everything. So it's really not that much. Now, I didn't use a template or anything like that. But I see the shape I want, and I've got a basic shape there, so I'm just going to try to tweak it a little bit on the grinder, take a little bit of material off into the shape I want. What's a good weight for a hammer? Anywhere between 2 and 3 is pretty typical. Mine are like 2.5, 3 1/4, 3, something like that. So I've got one that's from Ireland. I think it's a 3 or a 3.2. So I got this. He didn't mark what weight it was, which is fine. Actually, I think it's a 2.5. I think he said it was a 2.5. Is 4 pound too much? Yes and no. If you're just starting out, I would say yes. And the reason is you need to work on your form hammering, which I'll go over here in a minute. A 4 pound hammer, I have one. It's that junky sledge right there. All I use it for is when I know the hammer is going to get beat up. You're going to get a lot more fatigued faster, and when you're just starting out, you're not going to be as accurate. You're not going to really like as much your finished product. So if you start out at a 2 pound hammer, get your technique down, figure out how to move the steel and everything, then move up from there. Now, if you're worried about moving steel, you shouldn't be thinking about the size of the hammer or the weight of the hammer. You should be thinking about cross peen. I'll show you what a cross peen So, cross peen. So what that does, here's my steel. It lines up even. And so I can move the steel, because that's rounded, that'll move the steel in each direction, right? So use this kind of tool to move the steel. I think this is a 2 1/4 pound hammer. So it doesn't take much weight, just takes a little bit more time. Let me do a run through the rolling mill with this after I get all the steel off. Not all the steel, but some. We're getting closer to that even thickness. The rolling mill, and I'm not sure who that is, but yeah, these rolling mills are pretty popular, especially if you do a lot of billets. They make life so much easier. All right, so hammer technique. Now, this is something I learned from Jason Knight, both watching his taking his forging class online, and also when I went and saw him in person. So it doesn't really matter where you're at, where you're holding the hammer, okay? The only thing that matters is how much force you want to put down. However, you do not hold a hammer like this, never like this. You want this. Seems weird, but all I'm doing is dropping it, and it's rebounding up, and it doesn't come up quite as high, so I pick it up a little higher. Just like that. That's a very exaggerated form. Now, you can also move steel with your hammer. You got a rounding hammer, you can pull it back towards you, right? Directional. Cross peens work really well. They're a lot faster, but if you don't want to move a ton of material or make any kind of warping or anything like that, or as much, rounding side of the hammer. Oh yeah, angle peen, cross peen. I thought you were talking about the rolling mill. But yeah, angle peen, cross peen. There's also these, straight peen. I don't use this hammer hardly at all, other than, I mean, it's a garbage hammer. I got this, I bought a huge set of tongs, and this was in a box on the bottom with that handle on it. So, but It's all chipped up, and that's not for me. I cleaned it up as best I could. But I don't really use it this way because I've got a stand. Now, if I've got my blade here and I'm moving steel this way, that's what this is good for. However, it can be hard to hit flat. If you hit at an angle, you're going to get big divots. So it takes a lot of practice, going slow and easy. You know, some of that stuff I'm not that great at yet. It takes a long time to perfect it. Yes, my wrist does move. So, it's really just your thumb and your finger. All you're doing is letting it do its own thing. You know, you're moving your wrist, but all I'm doing is, the only effort I'm doing is right here. Picking it up a little higher. Just like that. Now, in the moment when you're forging, it's hard to remember to do that. Because I will forget and catch myself and realize that my hand's starting to hurt, my arm's sore, I'm tired. And then I realized I wasn't holding the hammer right. Tighten it up. Hopefully it goes all the way through without binding. Oh. So if I ever bite off more than I can chew, and I don't turn it off or pop the foot pedal up quick enough, it'll pop a little breaker that I have to reset. Alright, so we're about 25, 26 inches long on the billet. So, hey, yeah, that's what I'm here for. I'm happy to help. Keep forgetting where I set my water down. Ooh, I got one other thing I've talked about a little bit. I started kind of making a video, but I need to... Boring? Okay. Go watch something else then. I don't know what you want me to do. Yeah, these lights are awesome. So I've touched on it a little bit. It's on my website now, but I started making my own blade and handle wax. This works way better in oil, way better in gun oil, all that stuff. And what I started doing recently is I'll wipe the blade down with it. I'll take a heat gun. You could use a hair dryer. Go over it until I see that wax starts to melt. Let it cool, wipe it off. Now that wax is in all the pores, really in there. And I've done some testing and I can't get it to rust. after I put this on there. I even took some Scotch-Brite, took it to a Scotch-Brite belt to clean off what I put on there. Apparently I didn't get enough of it off. Still tried to get it to rust and wouldn't do it. Now I know that steel will rust because it's 1085 high carbon Japanese cutlery steel. It's going to rust. I have some right there with rust on it. So, but this is similar to Axe Wax, but it's my own formula. Wipe it on, let it sit for a second. I say 5 minutes, then wipe it off. So I don't charge very much for this either. So go check them out on the website, woodsonKnifeCo.com. This is good for your handles. Any steel you don't want to rust, check it out. Oh, it's also 100% food grade. Somebody didn't believe me, so I started using it as lip balm because it's beeswax, flaxseed oil, and a little bit of food grade carnauba wax. Carnauba, whatever. Carnauba wax. Yeah, so I used to carry and sell Axe Wax. The problem with Axe Wax is I could never find out for sure if it was 100% food grade. At one point they said it was, and then later I couldn't get it confirmed, like they may have changed the formula. So that's when I stopped using it, stopped selling it. They also charge a lot for what you get. Not just the end customer, but me, the middleman. I gotta pay a lot of money to resell it, and I never really sold that much of it. So, I mean, I'm selling these for way less than they are, and I feel like the quality is a little better. I think they're gonna last a little longer too. It's a little thicker, but I'm partial. Hear it bog down. About time to cut that post off. In fact, I'm going to. Zip tie finally broke on this. It's always a fun time when that happens. front wheels. That's cool. I just ordered some, or at least put them in my Amazon cart. I can't remember. Well, is what it is. The northern accent. I don't have an accent. You have an accent. Yeah, here soon I might have to. I gotta readjust that. Oh yeah, I feel you, and I've had to do it a few times, but I try to make it really clear, and I put in the invoice notes that I don't guarantee that the handle material is going to survive, because we all know handle material breaks. In fact, I had a knife coming back right now because part of the handle material started peeling off. It just pulled away just a little bit towards the back of the knife, and it looks like in the picture that the wood actually split. I don't know for sure till I get it, but it looks like there's wood still stuck on the tang. So that's cool. Yeah, that's close. I had the billet standing up and it was blocking the flame or doing something. The temperature kept going down. So. Put it in wrong. So when it curves like that, or bananas, whoops, you can actually take it out pretty easy just by flipping the sides. And the reason that happens is the dies aren't completely even. So. Okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna let that cool till at least I can handle it. Now I'm gonna cut it in half. It got too cold. Not really, it's the camera. It kind of sucks, but when you're watching stuff on the camera, it looks way darker, way cooler than it really is. It used to trip me out watching people's videos, but part of that's because I've got all my lights on. I forge pretty bright, mostly because I do lives. But yeah, it was still good enough heat-wise. I'm not worried about it. No big deal. Well, Randy, that's a good problem to have. You could still start a website and, create your shopping cart and all that. It'll just be empty. But make yourself a photo gallery page and a good bio and, show off your work, tell people about yourself, that kind of thing. I ended up not too long ago hiring somebody to help me with my social media and website and stuff. Man, that's been awesome. It took a ton off my plate and has been worth every penny. So, all right, what time is it? Almost 3. I don't think I'm going to get this today. Ran out of gas, cut into it quite a bit. Now, I don't have a ton to do for tomorrow. So first thing in the morning, I'm going to start forge, start drawing this out. Yes, this is my full-time job. Now, I am going to throw this in the forge overnight so it anneals. Part of it's going to be sticking out, but that's fine. I'm going to cut it. I might as well just cut it right in the middle. I always get nervous doing that. Actually, I want to see how thick it is first. Where's my tool? What the heck? All right, I can't find my little tool. I always have it sitting right there in that, but this whole area got destroyed recently and it just became a big mess. So I don't see it. I don't know what I did with it. All right, well, I might have to keep looking, but I'm not going to subject you all to that boringness. So, I'll check that here in a little bit. But anyways, back to the talk about newsletters. Yeah, I do. Right now, my social media guy does that, and again, that's awesome. Now, with your newsletters, they don't have to be, hey, these are the knives I got coming out, or here's the knives that I have available. They can just be, hey, I'm working on this, I'm doing this. Check out this new, tool I got or whatever. It's really good to keep people involved, and I know personally I like to be involved when I'm a customer, and I'm pretty sure most people are the same way. So I think putting out newsletters, and you don't have to do them even every week. I mean, once a month, maybe twice a month. That's plenty. You do it too often, people just put it in spam. So you got to keep that in mind. But yeah. All right. Well, it wasn't as productive today as I thought it was going to be. But I'm looking at the clock, and I still have some other work to do, including sort out a new laser I just got. Yes, I got a laser. I bought it from another maker, somebody that I helped get started, and he ended up buying a laser. Well, he's probably moving, and so I bought it from him. I'm stoked about being able to laser engrave things on my blades. I've got a lot of cool ideas, so we'll see. I gotta get the dang thing figured out first. What does the newsletter actually look like? You know, usually it's your logo up top, you know, just basically like a letterhead, you know, and tell people what's going on, you know, a paragraph of what's going on, and then, you know, a link to your website, that kind of thing. So keep it simple and short. People have a crazy short attention span, and know that is not a new thing. People have always had a short attention span. Yeah, so yeah, keep it short because people don't like to read that much. Yeah, exactly, Joe. Yeah, send out in an email. And now let me clarify. People don't have the attention span because we're busy. We got stuff going on. We got families, whatever. You know, it's very seldom I get to sit down and veg out and watch TikTok, especially during the day. That doesn't ever really happen. Not anymore. Not since I started working for myself. Some BS. But yeah, just a simple email going out. Just call it a newsletter and say, hey, this is what's going on. This is me. Have a good one. Yeah, and I know we've sent some newsletters out recently, and we were going to send one out. No, I'm thinking about something else. Never mind. But yeah. And, you know, again, if you guys are getting started and you have any questions, reach out to me. If you want to watch videos, in-depth videos, check out my Patreon. It's Woodson Knife Co. at Patreon. So check that out. I can't remember. I think there is a link to my Patreon in my bio. See, Joe's just too nice to me. I appreciate it, Joe. Thank you. It means a lot. It really does. So, all right. Well, if you guys don't have any more questions or anything else for me, I'm gonna call it a live, not a day. I'm not done working, but I'm gonna go mess around, see if I can figure this laser out and get started with that stuff, because I've got a lot of things planned for that thing. So, all right, everybody. Hey, thanks for watching. As always, be kind. Much love. Have a great week.